There are no deportations happening in Canada. I'm going to show you what this immigration consultant is saying, showing you the process of which you can stay here over and over again through multiple methods. Check it out.
If your status is expired, you still have got 90 days to apply for a restoration of status.
You've got 90 days, even if your permit expires, right? Your work permit, your visitor permit, whatever it is, to apply. You've got 90 more days to apply for something called a restoration permit. So what this means is basically there's no deportation. There just isn't. Right? There's so many loopholes in the Canadian immigration system. It's a joke.
You have something called restoration, because of which you can stay here in Canada till the time at least you get a decision on your restoration application.
So you can stay in Canada up until you get a decision on your restoration application. So think about it for a minute, right? Your visitor visa or your work visa, whatever kind of visa you've got, expires. You don't get deported, but you get to apply for a restoration process, and you can just stay until there's a decision that's reached. That's the legality of the situation. That's what immigration consultants 4 hours ago, this guy based out of Mississauga, Ontario, that's what they're informing people. This is the process.
Application will be accepted or no, that's a separate decision altogether. That's a separate discussion altogether. But at least you can stay here in Canada with the help of a restoration application. If the restoration window has passed as well, you can then apply for a temporary resident permit if, big caveat here is if your situation demands.
Hold on a second. So even if the 90 days to apply for restoration process has expired, you can apply for a
temporary resident permit if
temporary resident permit. A temporary resident permit. What is this Byzantine system that we've got here in Canada?
Big caveat here is if your situation demands, because not everybody is eligible and applicable to be applied for a temporary resident permit. You can then apply for a temporary resident permit if that situation demands and if you're eligible for, and stay till the time you get a decision.
So again, you can stay until you get a decision. Temporary resident permit. So restoration process, my work visa, my student visa, my postgraduate work permit visa, that's all expired. Doesn't matter which one of them it is. I apply for my restoration process and I just, handy dandy relax until I get a decision on that. And then even after that, I get a separate temporary resident permit application that I can apply for, just to make sure that, hey, it's like a second level, second chances, right? How about a third chance and a fourth chance? And then you wonder why the place is full.
And stay till the time you get a decision. But if all these situations fail, please, please, please do not make a refugee claim. That's the worst thing you could do.
It's so funny that the guy's even saying that, because that's exactly what's happening. Refugee claims are up astronomical numbers. I've covered that in previous videos.
Getting a lot of incorrect advice these days, and they just don't want to leave the country. And mind you, you can stay here in Canada illegally. Probably they don't really initiate an enforcement action against you for the most part, but
you can stay here as long as you want. Don't worry. They don't do any kind of enforcement. He's saying, yeah, but just to be on the up and up, this guy is trying to do his job and inform you of the legalities. But hey, this is what people are doing.
Do not really think that the government will come again with some kind of an immigration application where they will try to, sort of give your status to all the undocumented workers and visitors. They're not going to do that, at least in the foreseeable future.
Very interesting what he just said right there, because he's saying, hey, don't just think that they're going to give status to all undocumented workers or undocumented visitors in the future, but that's probably what a lot of people are banking on. The way the government has been going, people are probably thinking, hey, you know what? They've given me one chance, give me a second chance, give me a third chance, whatever it is. I just keep staying here. Eventually, they're just going to give me status. It is absolutely my pleasure for you being here with me. Thank you. Come again. Also, be sure to subscribe to rawuncensored.com. It is a newsletter type of website. It will allow you to talk to me and me to talk to you, actually. It is a good way to stay in touch, because sometimes people think I am a little bit naughty. Also, I make comic books. Okay, yes, actually I do with my daughter, and they are really good. One is called Racist Angel. Here is some information, and you can actually buy it, and it will be shipped to you immediately. It is about a lady, an angel, who actually gets booted, cancelled from heaven for being a very bad little B word. Thank you. Come again. In this world, it gets harder and harder every day. You get called names. Discussion gets shut down. That's where we're at today. I felt I got to do something, and I'm a comic book creator. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put together a comic book that's going to put a little bit of parody into this. It's going to make fun of all the rules. It's going to make fun of people who seek to shut down. My daughter, Galaxia, loves art. She loves illustrating, coloring, lettering. She loves comic books, especially the Japanese stuff, the manga. So I said to her, babe, let's put together a comic book. How do we hit him? Sometimes I think the best way to do that is through parody, making fun of them. Alexis, she gets kicked out of heaven, gets to Earth and realizes there's absolutely no freedom here. She gets called a racist, and she's an angel. The racist angel doesn't understand the rules. She had her wings, she doesn't anymore. Help her get them back.